In this entry in the PDF Broker video series, we will be discussing several advanced features of the product, including doing data substitution using placeholders and extending the product's capabilities using post-processing scripts. In this video, we'll be working with another important business document, the monthly statement. We'll be using three products to automate the production and delivery of statements: Transformat Designer, ScriptServer PAN, and PDF Broker. Transformat Designer is a desktop application used to create a blueprint for reformatting business documents. This blueprint, called a Transformat project, is uploaded to ScriptServer PAN, where it is incorporated into a PAN form. When a file is printed on the PAN form, PAN applies the transformation to the file and generates PostScript output, which is sent to PDF Broker for conversion to PDF format and distributed to the proper destination. To review, there are four methods that a router can use to distribute the PDF file it creates: email, copy to folder, place in archive, and post-processing script. The post-processing script allows you to create DOS, VB, or PowerShell scripts that do whatever you want with the files and information available to the PDF Broker software after the PDF file has been created. When using a post-processing script, placeholders are used to refer to information provided by the broker. Placeholders are essentially predefined variable names that are created automatically by PDF Broker for use in router definitions and that can be passed to post-processing scripts. For example, the PDF file created by the broker can be referred to as $PDF in a router definition, and the $PS placeholder refers to the PostScript input file. There are a number of placeholders that can be used by routers and post-processing scripts. Several are provided in the PostScript header according to Adobe's published document structuring conventions. Others are provided by the PAN printing system or generated automatically by the broker. Now let's get back to our statements. Usually, statements are produced in batches for all customers that have outstanding balances on their account. Most businesses produce statements for all of their customers in a single statement run, so all customer statements are batched into a single print file. Normally, this file is printed, manually separated into individual statements, stuffed into envelopes, and mailed. Today, we'll automate this process with PDF Broker software and email the statements directly to customers. Since they are produced in a batch, statements intended for emailing must be split up into individual documents for each customer. We'll use the Transformat Designer application to reformat the statements, which also allows us to define which field will be used to split the document for each customer. This is accomplished by defining a split field in the Transformat Designer application. When the value of the split field changes, a new document is begun. In this case, we'll define the customer ID field as the split field. The next step is to upload the Transformat project into ScriptServer PAN. We do this using the Upload File utility in the PAN browser interface, which creates a PAN resource of type Transformat. We give it a resource name, select our resource type, choose our Transformat project file, and click Upload. Now we can create a PAN form containing our Transformat and statement image resources. We add the image resource to the form, change our resource type to Transformat, select the statement's Transformat resource, add it to our form, and click Save. Now any file printed using this statement's form will be split into multiple print jobs when the value of the split field changes from one page to the next. Now we'll configure the PDF Broker to email our statements. Recall that we defined a customer ID field in Transformat Designer to use as a split field, which makes it available to the PDF Broker using the $split field value placeholder. We'll use the customer ID field to look up our customers' email addresses. To look up email addresses by customer ID, we must first import our customer data containing customer IDs and email addresses into the PDF Broker's database. The PDF Broker software will create a new table in its lookup database when you import a CSV file. Now that our data has been imported, we can create a lookup in the PDF Broker that turns our customer ID into an email address. A lookup tells the broker which columns in the database contain our customer ID and email address fields. To define our lookup, we select Lookup Tables from the Data menu. We see the Customers table that we just imported in this first tab. We can view the contents of the Customers table by clicking the Contents tab and selecting our Customers table from this pop-up menu. Now we'll create our lookup. We do this by going to the Lookups tab and clicking New. We select our table, find our lookup field in the Key column pop-up, select Email Address from the Return column menu, and click Add. Now we must name our new lookup. We'll be using this lookup name when we need to refer to it in our router definition. I'll just call it Cust Email. Now that we have our lookup defined, we can use the $lookup placeholder to retrieve the email address from the customer's database. So let's finish this up by setting up a router to email our statements. We'll select Add from the Router menu to create a new router and name it Statement Emailer. We'll set up a new port for the broker to receive statements jobs on. The only other thing we need to change here is the email destination. We use the $lookup placeholder with two arguments: the lookup to use, Cust Email, and the value to look up, which is referred to using the $split field value placeholder. So our router is ready to go. Now we just need to create a PAN queue that will process the print files and send them to the PDF Broker. So back in our PAN browser interface, we go to the Create Queue utility, name our queue, set the communications style to PDF Broker, and set the TCP/IP address and port values to point to the broker. Since this queue will be used only for emailing statements, we'll set its default form to statements. Click OK, and our setup is complete. Let's see it in action. In the customer database we imported, we have several customer IDs with this Joseph Haiku email address. We'll use the browser interface to send a batch of statements in a single file. We'll select the file to print, then pick our PAN queue pointing to the broker and our statements form, and click Submit. Now we'll switch over to the broker. Notice it's converting several jobs in a row from the single print file sent to PAN. This is because PAN is splitting the job up according to our split field. Okay, the broker's finished. Let's check our email. Back in our email client, we see the messages with PDF files attached, each to a separate customer ID, which is being displayed in the subject line. If we wanted to improve on this a bit, we could create another lookup that returns the customer name and places it in the subject or email body with separate $lookup placeholders. In summary, this video demonstrated how the labor-intensive process of producing and delivering monthly statements can be reduced down to simply printing a file. Transformat Designer was used to map the fields and create a blueprint for PAN, which processes the print data, splitting the file into individual print streams sent to the PDF Broker, where each statement is converted to PDF and emailed to the customer. That wraps it up for this entry in the PDF Broker video series. Thanks for watching.